There is something unsettling about this day. Not loud, not dramatic, but quiet, heavy, and deeply personal. Because on this Tuesday of Holy Week, we are brought face to face with a difficult truth. Is it possible to be close to Jesus and still fail him? Welcome to the Catholic Journey with Deacon Pat, where we walk together towards truth, toward freedom, and toward the heart of Christ. And today we slow down, because this is not just about what happened then. This is about us. The gospel brings us into a room filled with tension. Jesus is sitting with his disciples, the 12, the ones he chose, the ones he formed, the ones he loved. And suddenly, Scripture tells us, Jesus becomes troubled in spirit. Not anxious, not afraid, but deeply stirred. And then he says, "One of you will betray me." Let that sit for a moment. Not someone out there, not an enemy, one of you. The room must have gone silent, eyes shifting, hearts racing, questions forming. Is it me? And that question is the one Holy Week quietly asks each of us. Not, do I believe in Jesus? But, where am I not faithful to him? Because here is the uncomfortable truth. You can walk with Jesus, listen to him, serve in his name, and still have areas of your heart that resist him. That is why this moment matters, because it strips away surface-level faith. It moves us from appearance to honesty. And then the gospel does something even more powerful. It doesn't just give us Judas, it gives us Peter. Judas will betray Jesus. Peter will deny him. And at first we want to separate them. We want to say, I'm not Judas. But the gospel doesn't let us off that easy. Because Peter loves Jesus. Peter is sincere. Peter is bold. Peter says, I will lay down my life for you. And Jesus responds with something sobering. Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. That hits differently. Because now it's not just about betrayal. It's about weakness. It's about the gap between who we think we are and who we actually are under pressure. Because many of us love Jesus. Many of us mean well. Many of us intend to be faithful. But then comes the moment, the uncomfortable conversation, the cultural pressure, the fear of rejection, the cost of standing for truth, and suddenly, faith becomes difficult. And like Peter, we hesitate, we shrink, we stay silent. And this is where Tuesday of Holy Week stops being a story and becomes a mirror. Because most of us won't betray Jesus in some dramatic way, but we drift, quietly, subtly, almost unnoticed. We choose comfort over conviction. We delay prayer. We justify sin. We avoid what we know God is asking of us. We tell ourselves, it's not that serious. And little by little our hearts grow distant. Not all at once, but slowly. And here's the hardest part. Jesus sees all of it. Every compromise, every hesitation, every moment we choose something less than him, he sees it clearly, and still he stays. Because what defines this day is not just human failure, it is divine faithfulness. Jesus knows Judas will betray him. He knows Peter will deny him. He knows the others will run. He knows the cross is coming, and yet he does not pull back. He does not harden his heart. He does not say, I'm done. He moves forward, steadily, deliberately, lovingly, toward the cross. And this changes everything, because it means your worst moment, your weakest point, your most inconsistent season does not surprise him. And it does not stop him from loving you, not even a little. Let that sink in. He already knows, and he still chooses you. Here is where everything turns. Judas falls and runs away. Peter falls and eventually returns. That is the difference. Not perfection, but direction. So what do we do? First, let's be honest. Not polished, not filtered, just honest. Lord, here is where I've been unfaithful. Second, don't run. That is the temptation. To hide, to justify, to stay distant. But grace is found in the returning, always. Thirdly, stay close this week. Don't rush through Holy Week. Lean in. Pray more, be silent more, go to confession, be present, because proximity to Christ changes everything. Tuesday of Holy Week reminds us, faith is easy when it costs nothing, but real faith is revealed when it does. And the truth is, we are weaker than we think, but Christ is stronger than we know, and more faithful than we deserve. So today, don't be afraid to see your weakness. Just don't forget. He already sees it, and He is still walking toward the cross for you. Thank you for joining me today on the Catholic Journey. As I mentioned, I am Deacon Pat. If this spoke to you, please share it with someone who needs encouragement this Holy Week. And to remember, even when we falter, Christ remains faithful. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.